The use of GLP-1 weight loss drugs is more common than ever. For many people, they believe it can be life-changing, and it has been. But there are also concerns that they're impacting the effort to challenge diet culture, which idealizes thinness. Katie Sturino is the founder of Megababe Beauty. There she is, Megababe, and an outspoken body acceptance advocate. So she opened up about her decision to start taking GLP-1s last year. We're also joined by psychiatrist Dr. Sue Varma. She's the author of Practical Optimism. We need that, too. The art, the science, and practice of exceptional well-being. I like that. Dr. Varma and Katie, we're glad to say, are here in the studio. Welcome to you both.
Thanks for having me.
Number one, Katie, congratulations on wearing sneaks. They're some of my favorite shoes.
Yeah, those are fly.
They're so comfy, and they look great on you.
Thank you.
So you already get 10 points in my book.
But they're heel sneakers.
Right.
Yes, yeah, from Sarah Blakely and Spank. Okay. I love it, sneaks. But let's talk about you, because you said it was a complicated decision for you, complex, to take GLP-1s. Why was it so hard for you?
Because I have seen...
After the doctor told you that you should, by the way.
The doctor told me for years that I should, and I resisted because I was like, you know what, I can make changes through lifestyle. I can do what I've always kind of done. But I found that with my new mindset of body acceptance, that I was unable to go back to those crash diet mindsets. And I couldn't lose the weight I needed to lose to change my blood work on my own, and I did need the medication. But I was not willing to give up the work I had done on my brain to not hate my body every day.
Did you feel you were betraying yourself and betraying others?
I feared that,
the message that you were sending?
I feared that I would, but what I found in being open is that so many people were struggling with guilt and shame around having to be on this medication, because everyone's bodies and brains work differently, and there's so much nuance in the conversation, but we don't really get that nuance with the way that GLP-1s are served to us through pop culture.
And Dr. Varma, you know, Katie has obviously worked on herself internally before deciding to take the GLP-1. But you say there are certain practices that you should try to establish in your life before doing so.
Yes, and I think it's so important that doctors ask the question, not just what is your weight, but what is your relationship to food, what is your relationship to your body, and what is your relationship to your emotions. Because I always say that our body will express what our mind cannot. And so many people miss the fact that, for example, untreated ADHD has a 40% higher risk of obesity, has 4 times the risk of binge eating disorder. People with binge eating disorders are twice as likely to be depressed and have 75% more likely to have trauma. So we cannot neglect the emotional component of it.
Gotcha.
And I think getting a proper mental health evaluation to say what else is going on, what medications that could you be taking for your mental health could actually be increasing your weight, what is going on with food, preoccupation with food, rigidity around food, secrecy around food, eating things that you wouldn't eat in front of other people. So a proper mental health evaluation, and then also getting your micronutrients checked. Iron deficiency, vitamin B12 deficiency, vitamin D. Some of these could be low to begin with, and some of them can be low as a result of the GLP-1 use.
So maybe a double-barreled question here. On the one hand, if someone has diabetes, they're not afraid of taking modern medicine to help them get better.
Yes.
So why is there such a leap to take a GLP-1 if we know it can make you fitter, healthier, change your blood work, and help change your mindset? Why is that such a big leap for people?
Good question.
I think it's a slippery slope because of the way that GLP-1s are marketed towards people and the way that we're seeing celebrities show up on the red carpet. The danger in pushing GLP-1s for everyone is that we are going to risk putting thin as the only option back in popularity, and we already did that. We should not go back there. We already know it was bad.
And people don't realize that you could be what doctors might consider a healthy weight and still have disordered eating. A lot of people have dysregulated eating, and they could be a normal weight. So the preoccupation and how much time it takes from you, and I think that there's a lot of shame and guilt and secrecy around it.
Just to synopsize, you can be healthy and bigger, and you can be thin and unhealthy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What do you guys say to people that feel societal pressure, though, to lose weight and take the drugs?
I would say, listen, it's 100% normal. I get where you're coming from. I think that with the GLP-1s, we have sort of democratized a lot of things that were not available to people. Yes, it is expensive, and not everyone has access to it. So there is more intense pressure. I see a lot of people exaggerating their symptoms to their doctors in order to get it.
Just so they can get
Just so they can get it, or lying, or because what it says to me is that there's a desperation that I need to fit into the norm. And I would say things like even a short course of something like cognitive behavioral therapy, which is a gold standard support for binge eating disorder. It's not a medication, but it really supports your thoughts and the behavior and getting healthy habits in place. Bone density, muscle mass, getting a DEXA scan, muscle mass, 25 to 40% of the muscle mass weight loss can be from muscle, and making sure that you get your labs checked periodically for those micronutrients.
Such an enlightening conversation. Thank you
You
so
feel good, look good.
Thank you.
You definitely look good.
That's fabulous.
Thank you.
It's been fun to have both of you here.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Katie Sturino and Dr. Varma.